Composers really like to experiment, and they always like to try to create new and different kinds of sounds. A couple of sounds that come up in string instrument playing in the last 30 or 40 years that are really unusual, I'm going to talk about a little bit today. The first one is when you bow right on the bridge, and there's a German word for this, it's called tonlos. Now, it's kind of a fancy word, but it just basically means playing without pitch. So if I put my bow right on top of the bridge, you get this kind of airy sound, almost like somebody breathing. That's one special sound, and you have to practice not hitting the string, getting like a pitch sound. You want to really keep it right on the bridge to get that breath sound. Another kind of bowing that you oftentimes encounter nowadays is called circular bowing, and this is actually when you literally make a circle. You draw a circle with your bow. And what's kind of cool is that it kind of goes in between that like ponticello and breathy sound and a more normal sound. So it kind of feels like it's circling around. And you can experiment with different speeds or different shapes. You could do a small one. All of these create very different kinds of sounds. The last special sound that I want to talk about is something called a scratch tone or a crunch tone. You probably did this when you first started playing, and then your teacher told you not to do it. But now composers actually sometimes want you to use this sound, and you have to learn how to do it again. So what this is when you press down on the string really hard, and usually I do it closer to the fingerboard actually, because you can press down the string really hard when it's close to the fingerboard, and you get this kind of sound. It almost sounds like a piece of machinery or something. You know, you can also put the bow here, but it gets harder because the string actually has more tension. But that's just a different kind of sound that you might use. Composers like to use these sounds in lots of different ways, so there's always different cases where you might have to just figure it out on your own. But these are three of the most common, really unusual new sounds that composers are using a lot.